Shalom, Israel. All praises to Yahweh. By Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shah. This is Teller Nicholas with the Noble House of St. Nicholas. Today, I want to get into the Hebrew Israelite Stevens family. All the Negroes with the surname Stevens or Stevenson in the Americas, Caribbean islands, Europe, and all those scattered abroad with the surname Stevens or Stevenson. Before you guys were slaves here in the Americas and the Caribbean islands, you guys was royalty in Europe. You guys was royalty in England, Ireland, and Scotland, which at one time was considered the three kingdoms, which our last Negro king ruled, King Charles and the Stuarts. To remind y'all, the Negroes, the Hebrews, we ruled the dark ages of Europe for 1,000 years, from 500 AD to 1500 AD. That was prophecy fulfilled in Revelations 20 and 6. And then we created these so-called slave surnames in the 1100 AD as the Norman Barons. We went into captivity from 1500 AD to the late 1600s and on. Thus, we lost our names, we lost our lands of Europe, lost our history. It got stolen, then whitewashed. But before I go into any more, I want to go into some scripture. I want to go to Psalms 107, 40 through 41. And it read, "He poured contempt upon princes and causes them to wander in the wilderness where there is no way. Yet setteth he the poor on high from affliction and make him families like flock." So though we was scattered throughout the nations, he set us up as families by the flocks, all right? And we're going to get to the Stevens family. Before you guys were slaves here in the Americas and the Caribbean islands, you guys was royalty in Europe. We did not get caught in slavery in Africa. We got caught in slavery in Europe as nobles and royals, all right? So I'm going to get to y'all history. Stevens is one of the many names that the Normans brought with them when they conquered England in 1066. And the Normans conquered England because our ancestors, the Anglo-Saxons, was in the British Isles as pagans. The name Stevens came from the ancient personal name Stephen, meaning crown, wreath, or garland. This name was introduced into Britain by the Normans, with whom it was a favorite. Although found occasionally in England before 1066, its use then was due really to Christian tradition. Stephanos having been the first Christian martyr after Christ. This scripture name, like many others, was not introduced here until the Norman conquest, after which we find it in the form of Fitzstephens. It occupies a large place among our surnames in the usual genitive forms of Stephens. Now, this is different ways, and different ways you could say and spell the word Stevens or Stephens, all right? But y'all are all one family. There's no difference. It's just the difference of how you pronounce the word. But it's the same forefather, and it comes from the same stock of people. So you got Stephens, Stevens, Stevenson, and Stevenson. And these are all different ways you could spell it, all right? So once y'all remember Stevenson, that y'all, or Stevens, that y'all one family, y'all gather together. Y'all are not only here in the Americas and the Caribbean islands, y'all are in Europe, and y'all are scattered all throughout the four corners of the earth. Gather together, reach out. We are royals, all right? Remembering who we are. Then once y'all reach out and remember who y'all are, y'all come back to the Mashiach Yahweh Shah, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Keep the commandments and get your blessing, all right? Because we're coming into pearl times, and you want to be accounted for, all right? This is Teller Nicholas with the Noble House of St. Nicholas. I hope y'all was edified. Shalom.